Oh. All right. Here we go. Just post this here. Post this here. And there we are. We are ready to go. All I got to do is share my screen and we're good to go. There we go. Good morning, and good morning, everyone. Hope everybody is doing well today. Dave, Cam, Timothy, good morning. Hope you guys are doing great. Howard, how are you? Just posted some links, folks. Anomaly in the options market, generating big returns from small movements in the underlying stock and ETF. Follow the link that I posted in the chat. And we're going to be starting right now. Let me just share my screen. Flying Ronin. Good. I'm so glad to hear that. Good morning, everyone. Let me just put good morning here so I don't have to say it a million times, although I don't mind. That's my good morning and my email address for anybody who's interested in getting in contact with me. There we go. Let me just put that in there. Figured keep myself busy while the room fills up. All right, let me go ahead and share my screen. It's not going to be fun without me sharing my screen. So here it goes. Andre, Sam, Dr. Serena, good morning to you. Gary, top of the morning to you. It's my second day being home alone without my wife. She's in DC. She's going to be back. She's going to be back tomorrow. Actually, today's Wednesday. Yeah, she's going to be back tomorrow. I'm playing Bachelor for the next couple of for the next 48 hours or so, or 24 hours or so. Good morning, Duzzy. Good morning. That's why I'm live a few minutes later. My wife usually takes care of the dogs and the cats in the morning. So I've been doing that. But anyway, let's see what's going on with the market today. Let's see what we have in store for us. Got a lot to talk about today, folks. Got a lot to talk about. Ivano, David, Infinitely, Patrick, Duzzy, good morning, and good morning. All right. Now that we're done with the pleasantries, let's get into it. So the market is down. The Dow's down about 118 points. The Nasdaq is down 82 points. Now, folks, this is not random. This is significant. This is, you're right, Adam. Good morning to you. This is significant. It's not anything, it's something we should pay attention to, especially heading into a GDP report that's being released at 8:30 in the morning today, which is just about half an hour away. Keep your eye on the bond market. The bond market is going to be setting the tone. Remember here, we broke out. I drew this triangle for you here. Let me just go here. We drew this triangle. I thought the bond market was going to break lower. Fed data kept coming out stronger than expected, which tells the Fed they don't really have to do anything right now. We rallied above this channel, but then as soon as we rallied and broke out, we went right back in. So I'm just going to take this line and I'm just going to adjust it. Why am I going to adjust it? Because we're pretty much in the same type of pattern as before. Or I could just take this down and I could just take this line and bring it a little lower. But you could see not much has changed here. We're still in the descending triangle. It's just that my interpretation of it was a little bit too quick. The point being is the odds are we're not going to break higher, but we're going to stay here or break lower today after the report. If we break higher, it'll relieve some pressure on the stocks. But if you see the 8:30 report and you see the bond market turning negative, it's right now before the report. It's supposed to open up a little bit. Doesn't help the stock market with what I'm seeing right now. But again, keep your eye on the bond market today. Very, very important. And also keep your eye on the volatility index. It's going to be extremely, extremely important. Muhammad, Todd, good morning to you. Volatility has been holding steady near the lows. It's at the moving average. It's not doing anything right now. But what's interesting is the lows have, in fact, been getting higher, which I find kind of interesting. Look at that. So don't be surprised to see it starting coming up one more time, but be careful and watch it very, very carefully. very, very carefully today. In terms of earnings, we've got Snow, we've got Baidu, we've got CRM, we've got TJ Maxx. Now, on its own, and please listen to what Uncle Roger is saying right now. On its own, these companies are not significant. But when you take TJ Maxx, when you take CRM, when you take Baidu and Snow and put them together, it gives us a pretty good picture of how retail sales are doing. Is that the day a Gilligan? Not yet, Mark. Maybe we'll see. We'll see how it goes later on. But think about it. You've got Baidu and CRM. This is a e-commerce site. This is a retailer, and CRM. That's huge. CRM is Salesforce. Salesforce. If Salesforce is doing bad, think about who do you think uses when you guys get emails from email marketing for big companies, who do you think they're using for email marketing? Salesforce was so big that they were too big for us. We tried using them for a couple of years. It needs a full-time tech team to get it to be done right. So big companies, if CRM sales are up, that means big companies are doing better. If CRM sales or forward-looking statements, I'm going to say that again, forward-looking statements are worse than expected, it's very, very bad for the economy. So don't just say, oh, LD, this is not Apple, this is not Microsoft. No, no, no. This is a big, big chunk of the economy right here because most companies use CRM. Most companies use Salesforce for their advertising and marketing and their CRM, which is what Salesforce is. And then tomorrow you've got Budweiser, Autodesk, Celsius Water, Zscaler, and Dell Computer. That'll be interesting. And Friday is fairly empty. And then we go into mid caps. But pay attention. Also, just wanted to bring this to your attention because we're talking about retail. Retail is one of the two sectors that's breaking out very, very nicely right now. And I'm going to show you the chart right now. So it's a sector we have to pay attention to. If the news is if the news is good on these earnings fronts in the next 2 days, we may see some more upside on the retail sector. Although it's moving away from the 8-day EMA, which is telling me it may be a little too toppy around here. But still, I like how it's looking and I like how it's bucking the trend where the overall market has been getting kind of choppy, as you could see right here last few days. Kind of not here, not there. See that? Look at that. 4 days of chop, right? Four days of chop or 3.5 days of chop. And what does XRT do during this period of time? It's going straight up. That's telling us there's a lot of relative strength in the retail sector right now. Hey, Cliff, good morning to you. Good morning to you. And again, I'm just going to repost the links here. Remember, don't miss out. I have my VIP room at noon today where we put all this together. And we're going to be talking about bargain hunters and that link that I just posted for you. And those are the ETFs, which is why I brought it up right now. Bargain hunters is ETF, sector ETFs. And sector ETFs are moving right now. So something you definitely want to pay attention to. As far as Fed data, I already mentioned we have quarter over quarter GDP. The biggest factor is the GDP going higher or is it getting lower? And personal consumptions. If personal consumption expenditures are going above 2.8, 2.9, well, guess what that means? Inflation. Inflation is worse than expected. What if the number falls to 2.7, 2.6? That means inflation is better than expected. So notice the consensus is dead on 2.8%. And on quarter over quarter annual rate, they're looking for GDP to actually be about 2%. So it's a little too hot right now. A lot too hot right now. So again, this could be one of those reports where good news is bad and bad news is good because we're in an inflationary environment. So again, just bringing that to your attention so you understand where we're at right now. Now, let's talk about global economy. And then I'll talk about the game plan and I'll talk about technicals for the S&P. So Fed officials, earnings reports, cloud sector play, Salesforce and Snowflake, that's what's in play today. Inflation, Adam, usually is fairly sticky. It usually is. Cam. Oh, yeah. By the way, thank you, Cam, for reminding me. Folks, from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern time, every single day, In your members area, there's a big red link. That link takes you to a Zoom call that's online from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern time. Thank you for reminding me, Cam. I have a note here to do it at the end. But they will answer any questions. How do you install the ProTrader dashboard? How do you price options? What is this service all about? They're live from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. And matter of fact, I think somebody with the initials RS is going to be there tomorrow. That's me. So I'll be there tomorrow at 1 p.m. as well, helping you guys, or at noon, helping you guys out as well. What numbers do you use to get the percentage on the earnings on that list? What numbers do you use? What numbers do I use to get the percentage? Oh. Sorry, I didn't understand what you were talking about, PJ. It's easy. Let me show you. These numbers, this is the expected movement. The way you do that is very, very simple. I'll explain to you how you do that. So let me give you guys a lesson, actually. Let's take CRM, right? So here, CRM. And we want to know the expected movement. That's what it is, the expected movement. It doesn't tell us which way we're going to go. It just tells us what's the expected movement, up or down. And when we had Tesla, remember I told you they were looking at like 70, 80 points or 90 points? That's what we got, right? So they're pretty accurate. Let me show you how you do it. It's very complicated. Very, very complicated. Peach, I'm joking around. You go to the option chain. You go to the nearest expiring at the money option. Well, let's say we're at 300 right now, okay? Just to make it easier, okay? You take the last. What's the last? It's $11.80, right? Okay. That's on the call side. What's on the put side? $11.83. Add them together. Say it's $12.12. Let's just say it's $12.12. Okay. Let's just, for argument, that's $24. What percentage is $24 of this stock of $300? About 8%. Do you understand now? Did I make myself clear? What when you add the money call and put that's expiring, closest expiration call and put, what does that equal? That's what's priced into the market. Those are the add the money options. So you take the add the money options and you determine what percentage they make of the price. That's the expected movement, more or less. Does that make sense to everybody? Did I explain it so everybody understands? We go to the stock. We go to the closest add the money expiration options, which is 2 days out. We go to the call side that's closest to the strike price where we're at right now, 300. We take the last. We take the 300 on the put side. We round them out. We add them together, and we see what percentage of the stock price it makes. See how easy that was? That wasn't too hard. All right, so let's continue now. I just wanted to show you. Yeah, it's about, I guess it depends. That was from like 3 days ago, 4 days ago. They fluctuate. They fluctuate. Look at implied volatility on Salesforce. It's 133%. So it fluctuates. I gave you the rough way of doing it. There's a cleaner way of doing it, but it's going to take me too long to explain it to you. Okay, let's talk about global economy. We'll put everything together. Consumer confidence yesterday unexpectedly fell. It wasn't very, very good. Yeah, simple. Good. Durable good orders fell 6.1%. That's not good. Manufacturing survey came in stronger than expected. Don't ask. As I mentioned, Bowman started. I'm not even going to talk about what the Feds have been discussing because we all know that there is absolutely 0% chance of them lowering rates in March, and there's only a 20%, which I think is actually pretty reasonable in May. I think the earliest will be May, but probably June, July now. Wholesale inventories are coming out today. Crude oil inventories is coming out today. That's very, very important. Europe is down just a hair. They had disappointing earning reports. They're waiting for our inflationary reading today. China closed lower, not giving us wind in our face with some cold water to add insult to injury. Semiconductor and auto stocks underperformed. Semiconductors were pretty strong the last few days. Nikkei, they're following US, closed slightly lower today as investors opted to lock in some profits heading into today's report. Healthcare and electronics outperformed. Healthcare stocks have been doing pretty good. eBay climbed over 3% pre-market. First Solar rose 4% pre-market. In the pit, we do not have any positions right now. As you guys know, I wanted to put on this trade yesterday, but I realized I literally was just ready to press the button. I wrote it out and everything. And then I said, you know what? I'll probably have a chance to buy this stock at a better price tomorrow. So if I do, I do. If I don't, I don't. But I really like this stock. Okay. All right. Let's now talk about all the stocks that I'm looking at. And just again, let me just show you something interesting here. This is the SPY. This is we gained 0.94 yesterday, and we're already down double that. This is today's level. Notice we're right above the 8-day EMA. The odds are we're going to go lower today, dip in, and unless we start really, really coming down, we're going to come back up. So unless the report is so detrimental that we're losing like 400 points intraday, we're probably going to come back up. So here's what I want you guys to look at. See this gap right here at the 502 level? There's a chance we're going to fill this gap or come right to the bottom of this gap and start coming back up. I don't think the report today has as much muster, and I think the Fed by being so transparent, I was so against them 6 months ago. Now I'm on their side because they're not full of shit anymore. But watch for a down opening. Watch for us to fill this gap and start coming back up. Okay. I think we're going to build some support around this area, but this is going to be the key level today. That level is 50304. Okay. It's about the market would have to drop quite a bit to get there, but that's the level I'm looking at. If we break this level, that 503 level, and stay below that level, it's going to be a shit show. Excuse my French. All right. On the QQQ, let's look at the QQQ. That level is right here. Right here. If we start filling this gap, which is at just let's say 434. If we start going below 434 and staying below 434, it's a problem. Now, if we gap up in the morning and open lower, please listen to me. Listen and listen good. And we start bouncing hard in the first half of the day, the odds are it's going to come back. The longer we stay below the key levels without any buyers coming in, the more bearish the market's going to get. So by say 11:30 noon today, if you don't see the market starting to get some swing into it, it's no good. So what we're going to see is we're going to see a sell-off in the morning, and then we're going to see a pretty quick gap fill, or we're going to see a continuation. It's not going to be it's not going to be choppy. It's going to be one or the other today because it's a big news day. So I want you guys to understand, don't overreact to the morning. Wait for the morning gap. I mean, we already know that the S&P is going to open at about right here. We already know it's going to gap down. So the question is going to be, is it going to gap down after the report and come down or up? And I do think the report will make us gap. So I like down gaps. Why do I like down gaps? Because I have my list of my strongest stocks. And when those strongest stocks, finally, I got myself a notebook. I'm not losing loose papers anymore because I keep forgetting to bring them to work. Finally, we'll be able to find some really strong stocks that are holding their own. And that's one of the stocks actually that I'm looking at this morning. If this stock holds its own, this stock and GE, if these stocks hold their own this morning or cool off just a little bit and start coming back up, I'm going to be buying them. That's what I'm going to be doing. Okay. Now let's talk about the two ETFs that I'm focused on right now is Biotech Biotech is still looking good. And remember, ETFs tend to trend longer than individual stocks for obvious reasons. And I like retail. And both of them, by the way, healthcare is not speculative, but biotech has a lot of speculation in it. Okay. So just keep your eye, keep something you need to know. All right. Very, very important. All right. So now stocks that I'm looking at. Kava. Yes, Kava. Now, if you look carefully, you will see here that the stock is making a swing high and it's looking pretty good around here. So Kava. Next one. Nice looking stock. ONON. Wix. Look at that. Nice trend, and it doesn't look overbought just yet. Also, I like how the volume is picking up over here. This was my favorite stock about 4 years ago. Now I want to show you something here. I was debating whether I wanted to talk about this here. We're at the 200-day moving average, and we're about to go into this gap. Okay. Todd, you should be able to turn on CC right after we're done. It will do CC because this is in real time. If you watch it on replay mode, it'll add CC. Just give it a little time. So I'm putting a little star by SE because if it breaks this level, and I'm going to put an alert when I get into the office, because if it breaks this level here, you guys know what it means, right? You're welcome. Let's continue. Did everybody get that? You know, gap to green, right? All right. I've said more than enough. Giving you guys free premium trades around here. Look at Academy. It's looking fantastic. This is a perfect stock to look at if the market starts going down this morning temporarily and seeing if the stock comes off a little bit. Just giving you some ideas. Another one basing pretty nicely right now. Another consumer stock, by the way. That's right, Duzzy. That's right. Oh, what a trend. Gotta put a little. That's right. That's right. Another one. Be careful here. Be careful. But it did bounce off the 8-day EMA, but be careful. I don't like it when they start gaining too much volatility in comparison to the past. Dollar Tree. A lot of retailers. A lot of retailers. Now notice the stock went up $3 yesterday and it's going to open up down almost everything it lost. So keep an eye on these stocks because if the report is positive, it can come right back up. Quietly sneaks into the house. There you go, Moondog. I love these names. I love these names. Moss, another good one that I like. Looks beautiful. I gave this stock to you guys right over here. We talked about it, and ba-boom. Let's continue. WSM, Williams Sonoma, another retailer. It is like, Adam, that SC is like filet mignon. Look at this Williams Sonoma, man. This looks beautiful. Another perfect example of a stock if the market opens weaker today, stocks you could be looking at. And if they open higher when the market opens lower, boom, you got yourself relative strength. Look at Assure. Now, not all of them are going to be good for options. Not all of them will have good spreads. Not all of them will be in a good sector. But this is the hit. This is I'm going to turn this off when I'm done with you guys. I'm going to take this to work. And that's my hit list for the first couple hours of the day. Notice the volatility didn't expand here. It's just constant. Those are the best ones. Let me just make a little note here. I'm making a little star. I made a little star by SE, by BBWI. Let's see. You guys are really like sitting here looking over my shoulder, you know? Another beauty. What a beauty. That's a beauty right there. And again, not all of them will work out. And by the way, look at volume. Look at how it picked up yesterday. Look at volume, how it's picking up on this stock. I like that. I like that a lot. Qualcomm, one of the few tech stocks that I'm liking still. Notice the ascending triangle breaks out of this level. We're in play. NUE, this is a metals company. They just trade metals. They don't trade precious metals. Adam, you were asking me about metals. Precious metals aren't don't seem to be doing as well. Um, but but regular metal seems to be doing okay, which is kind of weird, you know, very odd. One second, let me just repost something here. There you go. All right, let me delete that here. That's right. I'm not done yet, folks. I'm not done yet. Sky West. Notice different stocks today than I'm usually picking. No, Adam, it's not very strange. One is an industrial, one is inflationary, one is industrial. So it's actually not that weird. Here's another one that I really like. Look how it's steadily moving. Notice that? But Roger, it doesn't move $5 a day. And I don't care. I don't need it to move $5 a day. Sky West. Make a little note. All right, Caterpillar. Look at that. 236 people in here. I love it. This looks fantastic today. Caterpillar is a stock that will be impacted by the GDP. And by the way, look how it's hugging the 8-day EMA. Haven't looked at this stock in a while, by the way. Even Matt may like this one today. Matt is tougher than I am. He doesn't like breakouts. He likes pullbacks. Look at this. Look at this stock. I mean, come on. That's beauty right there. God, I got a lot of highlighters today. WMS. Another beauty. And last but not least, that's the last one, Otis. All right. All right. Now let's do the short side, shall we? TDC. Oh, what a shitty stock. Look at that. THS. That's right, Carlos. Let's get to 500. But remember, we're not sending any emails, text alerts. This is just folks on my Telegram channel who just come in, which is pretty good. Think about it. I get 300 on the VIP room with all of that stuff. Here I'm not. THS, next one, ENR. Tell your friends, folks. Tell your friends about this show. It's a good show. Look at Energizer. Look at that. 5, 6 days in a row, all down. That's relative weakness right there. Thank you, Adam. Very kind of you. Very, very kind of you. Another one. Look at this. What a dog. And look, it broke this range. It's very important because you could put your stop loss just on the other side of this range, which in this case would be the 200-day moving average, this is about as perfect of a setup as you can get in terms of where the moving average is, how this consolidated and broke down. I can literally do a class on technical analysis. Thank you, Cam. And remember, folks, from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., Cam and his assistants and his co-associates are live from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. answering all of your questions. All you've got to do is hit the link in your customer service portal. There's your stop right there. Broke down. This would be a sell right here. You would sell right here and enjoy the ride down. Nice volume. I mean, this looks beautiful. The only thing I could think of is resistance, and there aren't support, and there isn't any past this level. This looks pretty good. Um, LNG, couple of more. Ooh. Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. This note here. And last but not least, and look at volume on this baby. This is a breakdown here, folks. This is a breakdown. Doesn't really have much to go to all the way down here till about 141. And last one, excess. Oh, what a beauty right there. What a beauty. And also, guys, this is a bonus here. This is a stock we took profit on yesterday, but I'm still stocking this stock. I'm still stocking this stock. I think it's going to break further. It's not an official trade. We already took profit on it about 60 cents yesterday. We had it overnight, but it's still in play. Okay. Now, folks, before I let you all go and enjoy your day, I've exposed the pricing mismatch phenomena within the options market. It's very, very cool. Here's the link for you. And the anomaly has quietly generated double, sometimes even triple-digit gains from small moves. We're leveraging ETFs. It's very cool. It may sound counterintuitive, but for a stock to significantly impact its option price, it doesn't need to go under massive rally or a dip, especially ETFs, and they're not expensive. I was met with some skepticism when I started, but folks are loving it. I presented some very compelling evidence. Follow the link that I just posted for you and check it out. You guys will enjoy it. It's very, very good stuff. I will see you all later. Again, here's my email address at rogerscott.com. Feel free to email me and have a great day. We have a huge report. Oh, wait a minute. It's 8:30 right now. Hold on. Let's do this live. Let's do this live. Hold on. Let's do this live. Let's see where the bond market is. We could do this live here. Hold on. I was about to say the report's going to be at 8:30, and let's see what let's see what it comes down to. And if anybody gets it before me, let me know and I'll post it. Figure we'll sit here for another minute or so. What a morning, right? I didn't realize it was 8:30. So let's see. I'm not seeing anything. You guys seeing anything yet? They usually update it here right away. Nothing yet. Well, it could be a minute or two. Oh, Junior says 3.2 on 3.2 expectation. Okay, there we go. So nothing really crazy. 3 point, nothing really crazy. Let's see if they've updated it. There we go. So here, they were looking at 3.3. They got 3.2. So it's getting a little bit better. But look at personal consumption expenditures. They went higher. See that? They went higher. That's not good. Let's see how the stock market is reacting. Let's see how futures are reacting to this. Not so great. Let's see if the market's rallying or not. Doesn't look like it's having much of an impact at all. Will be interesting. A little higher maybe. Very interesting. And the bond market, let's take a look at the bond market. Yeah, TLT's popping, huh? Yeah. The news is not bad. I mean, it's not bad news. It basically says they're not going to do anything for a while. Yeah, a little bit, not much. All right, folks. I will see you guys. I'll talk to you guys later. Is there anyone else seeing Roger's charts fuzzy? Or if you're seeing my charts fuzzy, go to the gearbox at the bottom of the screen, click on it, and change the quality to 1080p. Your quality is probably, I record these in 1080p. So your quality should be as good as mine. So you're not seeing the quality because your gearbox is probably at 720 or 480. Gearbox right here at the bottom of the you got to go to the bottom of the gearbox where it says HD in red. The gearbox at the bottom right, switch it over, okay? Yeah, TLT's up on the news, and if you look at the broad market, maybe it'll send us a little higher. We'll see. But yeah, it's bouncing the market a little higher, but not tech, not so much tech. So the report wasn't that. I mean, look, 3.2 to 3.4. This number's bothering me. Personal consumption. This is telling us that inflation is very sticky right here. Huh? No, my chart is really clear, really, really clear. Can we see this free on bar chart, or we need? No, you could see this free. It doesn't cost anything. Just log in, create an account. It's all free. Yeah, just change your screen to 1080. Your viewing, your gearbox. Change it to 1080, okay? All right, guys, I will see you later. Have a great morning. I'll give you an update on Telegram and it looks sharp. Yeah, Junior, you could change it to 1080. It'll be even better. Change it to 1080. It'll be beautiful. Beautiful. Bye, guys. I'll see you later. Have a great day. Any questions, let me know. Bye, guys.